Welcome to our exploration of the Book of Psalms from the King James Bible, a timeless collection of poetry, prayer, and praise that has inspired hearts and minds for centuries. Penned by various authors including King David and Asaph, the Psalms traverse a broad spectrum of themes, encapsulating praise, lament, and thanksgiving. This rich tapestry of expressions has a way of resonating deeply with readers, regardless of their age or background. The Psalms are a collection of 150 poetic compositions, each one a testament to the full range of human emotions and experiences. This is the beauty of the Psalms. They offer a voice to our innermost feelings, a language for our unspoken thoughts. And so, we embark on this 10-minute journey delving into the rich tapestry of the Psalms, a collection that beautifully expresses every nuance of the human experience. Opening, Psalms can be categorized into various types, each serving a unique purpose. Now let's dive into the distinct types of Psalms. First, we have the praise Psalms, also known as hymns. These Psalms are characterized by an outpouring of praise and adoration, celebrating the majesty and magnificence of God. They extol His attributes, His love, His power, His wisdom, and recount His mighty deeds. A prime example of a praise psalm is Psalm 104, which exalts God as the creator of the universe. Next, we encounter lament psalms. These psalms express sorrow, grief, or despair, often in the face of hardship or injustice. They are raw, honest, and deeply emotive, reflecting the psalmist's heartfelt plea for God's intervention. Yet even amid the lament, there is a thread of hope, a steadfast belief in God's faithfulness. Psalm 22, which begins with the poignant words, my God, why have you forsaken me," is a powerful example of a lament psalm. Then, there are the wisdom psalms. These psalms offer insights into righteous living and the nature of true wisdom. They often draw a contrast between the way of the righteous and the way of the wicked, urging the reader to choose the path of wisdom. Psalm 1, which extols the blessedness of the man who meditates on God's law day and night, is a classic wisdom psalm. Finally, we have the royal psalms, which focus on the kingship of God and the Davidic monarchy. These psalms celebrate God's sovereign rule over all creation and His covenant with David. Psalm 2, which proclaims God's anointed king, is a notable royal psalm. Closing. Whether in times of joy or sorrow, the Psalms offer comfort, strength, and a pathway to intimacy with God. Regardless of their type, all Psalms invite us into a deeper relationship with God. They give voice to our deepest emotions and experiences, providing a language for our prayer and worship. In every season of life, the Psalms are a source of comfort, strength, and inspiration, leading us on a pathway to intimacy with God. Opening. The Psalms serve as a powerful resource for prayer and worship, providing believers with words to express their deepest emotions and longings. When we think of prayer and worship, we often imagine a personal conversation with God, or a gathering of believers lifting their voices in song. However, prayer and worship can take many forms, and the Psalms provide us with a rich tapestry of expressions that can enhance our spiritual practices. Imagine a moment of deep sorrow or joy. How do you articulate those feelings? Sometimes our own words may fall short. This is where the Psalms can become our voice. With their raw emotion and poetic language, the Psalms give us the words when we find ourselves speechless. They guide us in expressing our deepest fears, our highest hopes, our profound gratitude, and our most desperate pleas. But the Psalms aren't just about expressing our feelings. They also help us to focus our minds on God, to reflect on His character and His works. When we engage with the Psalms in prayer and worship, we're not only speaking to God but also listening to Him. We're immersing ourselves in the truths about who God is and what He's done. We're reminded of His mercy, His justice, His love, and His sovereignty. Whether we're reciting these ancient words in solitude or singing them together in a community of believers, the Psalms draw us into a deeper relationship with God. They give us a language for our longing, a rhythm for our reverence, and a melody for our meditation. As we echo the cries, the praises, and the wisdom of the psalmists, we're joining a chorus that spans centuries and cultures, a chorus that lifts high the name of our God. Closing. These psalms serve as a reminder of God's commitment to justice and His care for the vulnerable. Whether we're crying out for deliverance, celebrating His goodness, or simply sitting in His presence, the Psalms invite us into a transformative encounter with the living God. Many psalms address themes of justice and righteousness, calling on God to intervene on behalf of the oppressed and downtrodden. These lines, deeply embedded in the poetry of the Psalms, echo the divine commitment to fairness and integrity that is central to the biblical narrative. In the Psalms, justice isn't merely a concept, it's a call to action. It's the heartfelt plea of the psalmist asking for intervention in situations of oppression and wrongdoing. The cry for justice is often paired with a firm belief in God as the ultimate judge who will set things right, who will vindicate the righteous and punish the wicked. Righteousness, on the other hand, is portrayed as a divine attribute, a quality deeply rooted in God's character. It is also an ethical standard that followers are urged to emulate. The Psalms are filled with exhortations to walk in righteousness, to live a life marked by integrity, honesty, and a deep concern for the welfare of others. In Psalm 15, for example, the psalmist describes the righteous person as one who walketh uprightly, and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. This psalm, like many others, provides a blueprint for ethical living, a guide to what it means to live a life of righteousness. But these themes of justice and righteousness don't just sit on the pages of the Psalms, they echo in our modern world. They resonate in our collective yearning for a fairer, more equitable society. They reverberate in our shared striving for personal and communal integrity. Despite being written thousands of years ago, the Psalms continue to resonate with readers today. Their timeless call for justice, their unwavering commitment to righteousness, their vision of a world marked by fairness and integrity, these themes speak directly to the human heart, inspiring us to live with greater compassion, greater honesty, and greater courage. Their universal themes and timeless truths speak to the human condition, offering solace, guidance, and inspiration in every season of life. This opening truth about the Book of Psalms underlines its enduring relevance that has spanned across centuries. This ancient script composed thousands of years ago continues to resonate deeply with readers today. Why, you might ask? The answer lies in the universality of its themes and the timeless truths it conveys. The Psalms are not confined by the boundaries of time and culture, they transcend these limits, speaking to the core of our shared human experience. Whether we find ourselves in times of joy, sorrow, triumph, or trial, the Psalms provide a language to express our deepest emotions. They offer a source of comfort in times of distress, a beacon of hope in times of despair, and a well of inspiration in times of apathy. The Psalms also serve as a mirror, reflecting our innermost thoughts and feelings, our doubts and fears, our hopes and dreams. They reveal the complexity of the human heart, in all its beauty and brokenness. They remind us that we are not alone in our struggles, that others have walked this path before us, wrestling with similar questions, yearnings, and uncertainties. But the Psalms do not merely reflect our human condition, they also point us towards a higher reality. They draw our gaze upwards to a God who is loving, just, and merciful. They remind us of His sovereignty over the universe, His intimate involvement in our lives, and His unwavering commitment to justice and righteousness. In a world often marked by chaos and confusion, the Psalms offer a source of stability and certainty. They provide a compass for navigating the complexities of life, guiding us towards wisdom, righteousness, and a life that is pleasing to God. As we journey through life, let us continue to find solace, guidance, and inspiration in the Psalms. Let their timeless truths shape our thoughts, influence our actions, and stir our hearts towards deeper love and reverence for God. Until next time, may the Psalms continue to be a source of blessing and encouragement in our lives. As we conclude our exploration of the Book of Psalms, may we find comfort and strength in its words, knowing that God hears our prayers and delights in our praise. This timeless anthology of 150 poetic compositions attributed to various authors continues to be a source of inspiration, solace, and guidance for many. From praise and lament to wisdom and justice, the Psalms cover a wide array of themes that resonate with the human experience. They serve as a powerful resource for prayer and worship, offering words to express our deepest emotions and longings. Regardless of the season of life we find ourselves in, the Psalms speak to us, reminding us of God's commitment to justice and His care for the vulnerable. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Book of Psalms. May its poetry, prayer, and praise enrich your heart and soul, now and always.